Good evening and thanks, Sean. Let's take a quick look back at January first of all, which was the third sunniest on record. But temperature-wise, nothing really remarkable about average for most of the UK, and indeed the rainfall was about average, as you can see from the whites here on our map. But that doesn't tell the whole story. There was extensive flooding, of course, to start January because it had a wet December as well, a wet start to January. It's the high pressure later in the month that levelled off the temperatures and the rainfall. And we've got high pressure with us once again as we move through February. For the next week, the weather fronts at times brush to the north around the periphery of their area of high pressure, but they weaken as they come southwards. So we're not going to see too much rain. I'll show you. Here we go through the rainfall accumulations through the week. Pretty much no rain for most of England and Wales. We may see 30 or 40 millimetres across the Highlands of Scotland, the far west of Northern Ireland. We had some yesterday, for example, under this blanket of cloud, but that was wiped away by that high pressure today, and there's been plenty more sunshine around. But under the starry skies now, temperatures are falling away. So it is cold again through night time over the coming week, particularly across England and Wales tonight. Temperatures -3, -4 in rural parts and eastern parts of Scotland, but further west held at bay by that increasing cloud, which means we'll be limited for sunshine. More cloud around here tomorrow, Northern Ireland, the west of Scotland, possibly a spot of drizzle, but for the most part it's dry and fine. Any fog in the south in the morning clears, and then we'll have, if anything, brighter skies than today and less high cloud. But the milder weather will be further north because of that wind fetch, the southwesterly here. And it could get quite chilly again during tomorrow evening and overnight, to widespread frost developing across England and Wales. But again, with that weakening weather front bringing some spots of rain across Scotland and Northern Ireland, it will too alleviate any frost worries here. And it's more likely we'll continue to see some fog issues Tuesday morning, and where they linger, slow to clear with the light winds here, could be quite grey and cold for much of the day. But our weather front, albeit rather weak and a few spots of drizzle for Cumbria, does clear the cloud away then from Scotland and Northern Ireland. So potentially a brighter day on Tuesday here, after obviously the cloud of Monday. Now, by the time we get to Wednesday, the likelihood is, as you remember on the Atlantic charts, that we've got a weather front closing in. So a spell of potentially gales or severe gale force winds, which will hopefully blow away more of the fog issues in the south on Wednesday. But again, a few could linger, 6 or 7, but still relatively mild with that approaching weather system in the north. It looks like a very windy spell of weather potentially through Wednesday and into Thursday before that finally clears out the way. Not much rain further south, but we could see some rain across Scotland, Northern Ireland, heavy rain, mountain snow, because yes, behind it, it is colder air. So after that milder weather, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday in the north, it could be a chillier day with some snow in the showers on the tops of the mountains. By the time that weather front brushes into southern areas, just a band of cloud. Temperatures actually about average for the time of year. By Friday, we're picking our southwesterly wind back up again across the northern half of the UK. So some patchy rain, drizzle, nuisance value for most, perhaps a little bit more substantial across the Northern Isles. Further south again, perhaps a few fog issues, but temperatures getting to around average for the time of year. So it is a relatively quiet weather picture through the week, with some subtle changes day to day. Notice that frost and fog, that's a concern, and that potentially windy spell of weather midweek.